All right. We should be good to go live in the building. Good evening. How y'all feeling, family? Welcome to, man, I ain't gonna even say it. I don't even want to just admit the fact that here we are in this very moment in the, I ain't gonna say it. Just welcome, right, to your family and friends Financial Fridays. It's good to be here. Get into the groove. Let the music get into your system. Let you vibe as we get things ready. So again, if you can hear me, see me, we always got to check the tech. Let me make sure. And while we doing that, let me go get our Facebook fans over here. There we are, making sure they good to go. Okay. Yeah, hold it on. Let me do this here. So Facebook always got this whole thing. They don't ever want to put it under the right name, but that's okay because we gonna make it work for us today. So let me get this set up. Put this here. Hold it on. They always got it live under the last one of something. So that works for me. I'm gonna say okay. If that's what they want to go with, that's what I'm going with. All right, so now that that's done, and I do believe, so what, let me double check. There it goes. All right. Yes, sir, we are on now. Facebook is here. I can see my people over on Facebook. Mr. Robinson, man, yes, this definitely should make for a good show. Seeing that everything is good, yeah, man, I just want to just get our groove on a little bit. As always, come on in, get ready, get pumped. Yeah, man. How was everybody doing this evening, man? I hope you guys are feeling good on this lovely December the 18th in 2020. Yes, who's checking in? I see Tony Smith. Good, you got a few. Please ask them all. Mr. Robinson, I see you. Miss Charisse, I see you. Miss Taylor, I see you. I guess this is where you're going to ask that question, huh? Yeah, I guess this is where we're going to get it in tonight. Good to see you, though. Glad you're here. Miss Brilliance, I see you, also known as Miss Gimme Cornbread. Uncle Vin is in the building. Amita Muhammad says peace to us. My pops, Anthony Gregory, is here. Glad to see you, Pop. Phil for President, yes, welcome back. Phil, you say you don't think that the grocery store is going out okay. Don't give up, man. It's only the ending of 2021. I'm sorry, the ending of 2020. We'll be heading over into 2021, getting things ready to go. So don't even feel bad about it, man. Don't worry about it. We'll be good. Yes. Miss Maria says she mailed in the application for the DBA. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. That's one step further. Should I say one step more towards achieving your goals and dreams? I did just mail mine out yesterday, I believe, and I remember that you said to fix that zip code. So yes, all right. Christopher Gregory, my son, the youngest one, says hello. Glad that he's here on the live. Yeah, so good. Before we begin, I got to make an announcement. I got to do a quick apology for anybody who may have tried to send me an email within the last couple of days. So I found out this morning, should I say this afternoon, that there was a disconnect between my actual email server over at SiteGround and Gmail. Like my hosting company did all these upgrades, and somehow when they upgraded, they changed the server and all these other things. And I use Gmail as my mail client. So of all the emails that I have, they all come to one location in Gmail. And so Gmail was saying, hey, we can't get the emails, like there's something wrong. So I was like, okay, let me go see what's going on. And apparently my emails have been down since either the 13th or the 14th. So if you tried to send me an email between that time, between the 13th and the 14th, and I didn't respond, My apologies because the text god got to me, rather the tech gremlins got to me. So I apologize again. So it was amazing that today when I checked my email, I had 43 emails in my inbox, and I was like, whoo, that's a lot, right? 43. But then when I fixed the problem, when I fixed the communication between Gmail and my actual email client, my emails went from 43 to 787 emails. I was like, wow. Don't know what happened. I'm not sure if all of those 787 emails are real emails. They may be spam. There may be actual emails that people try to send to me. So I'm going to go through it, hopefully over the weekend, try to filter out as much as possible. So if you sent the email, be patient. Know that I will do my best to respond. So with that being said, let's go ahead, get to the intro video because we got some Q&A. So get your questions ready so I can answer them, get them queued up. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and get started. So let me, what button is it? Yeah, do this and we'll go. Alrighty, family, what is going on? As I said, welcome back to the Family and Friends Financial Fridays. For those of you who are just joining for the first time and may not know who I am, as it says right there, I'm Tyrone Gregory, the self-employed tax guy, your favorite uncle cousin. And as always, well, I can say as always because he ain't always here, but it's so good to have him here in the building with me. Your favorite nephew, Mr. Christian Gregory. Yes. How you feel?
Good.
You gonna speak to the fam? Yeah. I'll move out your way since you like to be in a certain position. I'll move to the side. Just make sure you speak up so they can hear you. Look at the camera. The camera's right there.
All right. I just want to say, welcome to the family if you're new. As he said, or did you say that?
Yeah.
Don't matter. I'm just playing. But I love y'all and enjoy the stream. Yeah. Happy holidays, too, by the way. Don't forget that.
So as always, your nephew is in charge of the chat, sending the comments or the questions to the screen. So as I'm busy making sure that I can answer the questions that I feel that y'all going to throw at me, if there's anything that is missed, it's his fault because he's in charge of the comments. So I know last week we was having a glitch. For some reason, the comments weren't coming through. So again, I apologize for that. But we going to make sure it comes through tonight on both Facebook and YouTube side. So can you do me a favor, as a matter of fact, just send a test run through. Just go send me one real quick to make sure. All right. Whoa. I see something. Maria, what is that about? Yeah, absolutely. So it works. Man, Maria's going to get that's absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, I am going to put it in the super chat box. There it is. And my face is covered. No, Maria, that you are absolutely awesome for that. I'm not sure what I deserve to receive that, man, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Maria gets a high five. Old school high five. Wow, absolutely amazing. That made my day. Really, yeah. What are you doing back up here?
I'm special.
You special? You ready to answer some questions? Yeah, you gonna answer some questions? Well, if you here
today.
Then who handling the comments in the back? Yeah, there the thing. Man, yes. So, oh man, yeah. A little Christian. Thank you again. So grateful. I'm trying to think what else. Before we really get into it, what else is there that needs to be said? What else is there to really think about? No, I think we should be good. I mean, double check one more thing here. Okay. Questions. Hope y'all got them ready. Oh, man. You know what? This has been an amazing journey. We've talked about a lot since March, going live every single Friday since March of 2020. We've talked about if you were to start a new business, what would it be? We talked about mistakes people have made in business that I've seen, mistakes I've made in business. We've talked about, garnering multiple streams of income. Did a couple of Q&As, talked about the 2021 prep list. We've talked about so many things in this life to hopefully that you can put those things together. Yeah, and have a game plan for 2021. Because of all the things that I'm doing, the entire goal is for us to be successfully self-employed, right? That's our goal. That's what we want to do. So, yeah. And I see the questions coming in, so I appreciate that. And look, if y'all don't ask questions, we just gonna have an early night. But it's gonna be very, very interesting tonight because try not to be too emotional because this is the final. I guess I'm gonna have to go on and say it. The final live stream of 2020. Okay. When I set out this journey back in March, early this year, when we first got into the COVID and the pandemic and they shut us down, I was like, let me just try this live stream thing and see how it works, right? Let's see what's involved. And, for those of you who was there since the beginning, especially Uncle Vin, I think Uncle Vin has not missed one. To my knowledge, Uncle Vin, correct me if I'm wrong, but since I've started the live stream, I don't think you have missed one. And for that, you get some DJs, ladies. You get
high five.
A high five. You get a couple of high fives. Matter of fact, shoot me your email. I know I should have it, right? But remember, this happened with my email. I don't know what's happening. Shoot me your email. I want to just give you a love token, man, for being here every single Friday, consistently, not missing one. That's absolutely amazing. That kind of loyalty and love you really don't find nowadays. So know that I'm grateful for that. For Miss Gimme Cornbread, also grateful for being here, for coming on, presenting, for everybody who was a guest. Cheyenne Simmons from I Got Sense, his podcast. We had Mr. Digital Life, who came on with him and his wife. We had my girl Maria was here, and she told her amazing story of how she went from fear to freedom. And then, Miss Gimme Cornbread came on and blessed us with doing some mind mapping. And how can I forget the most honorary friend that I have, Mr. John Phillips from Create Simple Meals, came on here and graced us talking about how we should mix friends and family. So it has been an amazing year in 2020, so much that I think 2021 is going to be an even better year because of all of the things that we have done, all of the things that we are doing, all of the things that we are prepping for. So let's go ahead and get to the questions. I'm going to get a few questions, and then within the next few minutes, I have a special surprise for you, my external family, my YouTube and Facebook family. I have a special surprise for you that I'm going to bring out. But first, let me answer a couple of questions to get the ball rolling. Then we'll pause for a minute. Then I'll be able to surprise you with the special guest. All right, so let's see here. Christian, hit me with what we got. Some questions. Bring them on. Who got the first question? Phil for President said, is it too late to file taxes for the semester report? Now, Phil, I'm going to assume that when you say the semester report, you're talking about for the third quarter. Because even though, now this is weird, right? Because even though we're calendar year, we're in the fourth quarter, right? December 31st will end the fourth quarter of the calendar year, but we still have time, according to the IRS, we still have until January 15th to make that fourth quarter payment, okay? So that's how that's going to work. So yes, there is still time to make the fourth quarter payment. But here's the thing, when you're doing quarterly estimated payments, you should wait until after the end of that quarter anyway, because remember, quarterly estimated payments, they are an after the fact payment, meaning that you first have to have the transactions happen from the beginning to the end. Then you calculate the taxes, mail it in. So hopefully, Phil, I'm answering that question. That was a question that I answered right. I think, like I said, at the end of the report, the end of the quarterly estimated payments, we have until January 15th to submit that payment to the IRS for it to count for your 2020 taxes. Yes, even though you're paying it in 2021, it still counts for your taxes for 2020. So absolutely. And speaking of, I'm glad you brought that up, Phil. Make sure that if you haven't been paying your quarterly estimated taxes, let's get into that habit beginning January 1st, 2021, right? We want to do better. We want to be better and be good come 2021. All right. Anything else? Well, I see some questions. Come on, Christian, give them to me. Let's see. What you got? Christian's slow today. All right, Mississippi. Tony Smith says Q1. Oh, question number 1. Okay, I have my EIN, but the bank account won't be done for another week or so, okay? In the meantime, as I collect payments on the drone jobs, so you're actually getting the drone jobs. Congratulations there, but I think it got cut off. So let me see if I can find that manually. Huh?
Does it matter if the payers use my SSN or my EIN or my W-9?
Okay, so she wants to know, even though the bank account hasn't been set up with the EIN, does it matter if the payments are made to her social or the tax ID number? Great question. And if I'm not mistaken, Tony, I correct me if I'm wrong, are we doing a DBA or did we decide on an LLC? Because that's what would make the difference there. And I'll ask you, because if it's doing a DBA, meaning that we haven't formed the LLC or it's just us as a sole proprietor, it's not going to matter. Because technically, when you're a sole proprietor or a DBA, the EIN serves no purpose except for banking, unless you have employees. And I'll repeat that. If you are a sole proprietor or a DBA and you have no employees, the only purpose that the EIN serves is for banking purposes. So when you file your taxes as a sole proprietor or DBA, you're still going to file a Schedule C. The Schedule C is just an additional form on your personal tax returns, which means that it's still going to be under your Social Security number. The IRS specifically states that if you don't have employees, if you're not reporting that you paid somebody wages and you paid payroll tax, there is no reason for your EIN to be on your personal tax return nowhere. Okay? So if somebody's paying you to your social and to your EIN, at the end of the year, you're still going to, calculate the total amount of income and add that amount on your Schedule C. So it really doesn't matter. Now, if you were like an LLC, it may be different for California purposes or whatever state. For example, LLCs require the EIN because the state wants to see it because it's a state level entity. But if you're a single member LLC, it's going to be the same as if you were a sole proprietor or a DBA. It's still going to be your social on the federal side. So I hope that answers the question. If not, please retype so I can re-clarify and get that to you. Okay? What else we got, son? Bring it to me. This is fun. They warming up. Okay. Amina Muhammad says, is there a minimum amount of money you have to profit as a sole proprietor before it's time to file taxes? And would I need an EIN as and it get cut off? What was the rest of that saying, Christian? You can remember? Huh? No?
As a sole proprietor, thank you.
Oh, okay. So hopefully I just answered the last part of that question. Do you need an EIN as a sole proprietor? Again, EINs are only needed for banking purposes as a sole proprietor. But the question is, how much profit do you have to make? Which is, I'm glad you said the word profit. So if you profit more than $400, you have to file a tax return, okay? And that's the key to it, because your gross income is not what you pay taxes on. Your gross income could be $1 million, but if after your expenses, you're left with $1, you're not required to file. And I don't want us to misunderstand that with the 1099. Well, now it's a new form, the 1099 NEC, okay, because it used to be the 1099 miscellaneous, but now we have the 1099 NEC. So I don't want us to be confused with those filing requirements. In order for somebody to issue you a 1099 NEC, and I'm saying that one because that's the new one, it has to be more than $600. If somebody pays you more than $600 in a calendar year, meaning from January 1st to December 31st, if one individual pays you more than $600, then they have to report that to the IRS, and they have to issue you a 1099 NEC before January 31st. That's that. And that's different than your filing requirement, as if how much you make as a profit. All right. So hopefully that answered that question. And again, if not, let me know in the comments. All right. So let's see what time. Okay. We are making good time. I'm gonna do about maybe till 8 more minutes and we'll go from there. All right. T-Town T-Shirts says, I'm having trouble paying my sales tax from sales. The gateway doesn't show the right place to make a payment. The number, you can't talk to a real person. I'm assuming that's what this says. And you're in Ohio. What can I do? Don't want to get caught up. Well, first of all, let me give you a high five. A high five for wanting to do things right. Right? Like so many people, that's their biggest, I ain't gonna say that's their biggest, but I've witnessed so many people get in trouble because they don't pay their sales tax. They just say, you know what? I'm going to get this wholesaler's license or the seller's permit. I'm going to go make all these purchases and I'm just going to sell. I ain't going to worry about paying seller's tax. So, man, again, thank you for doing the right thing. Now, I'm not sure who is the sales tax collector in Ohio. What I would do is on their website, there should be a way maybe even to manually make the payment, meaning that there's an address you can send it to. And it could be the fact that, you know, we're in this pandemic. There's a lot of government agencies that aren't operating at full capacity right now. Okay. So I know like a lot of agencies are being very lenient. So one thing you can do is, you know, put all the sales tax to the side, right? Like in a savings account, just knowing that you are accounting for it. And when they resume and things come and they come say, okay, you owe us this amount of sales tax for this period, there it is. Just cut the check. Another thing you can do is find out where the address is to them. You can mail it manually. You can mail it, but mail it certified. So you'll get the receipt saying that, hey, somebody in your office did receive the check that I mailed on behalf of the sales tax that I collected for you. Okay. So Again, my two options for that is just save it. So when things come back fully operational, you can remit it that way. Or two, do it manually, write them a check, say what quarters it's for. Most agencies should have something online where you may be able to do it manually, like fill out the actual sales tax report that says, okay, gross receipts, gross sales tax, print that out, put that in there with the payment, mail it to them, get it certified. So that way you've covered your bases and you should be good to go. Outside of that, if you're looking for their online system, again, a lot of government agencies are operating at very minimum capacity, so it may be difficult to get to somebody right now. Understand it's happening here in California. Like Maria and I, we just decided to do our DBAs, right? And normally we were able to walk in and just do it, but we had to go old school snail mail. So be patient with them. Just make sure that you're keeping track. Again, congratulations. I'm proud that you're doing the right thing, but cover your bases, put it to the side, wait for them to contact you or mail it to them manually. All right. Hopefully, again, that answered your questions. If not, let me know. All right. Christian, I'll take the next. Ms. Muhammad says, as a sole proprietor, must I register or apply for a DBA? Good, absolute good question. And the answer is no. I am a huge fan of DBAs because DBA allows you to not use your government name in the face of the public while dealing with other businesses. DBAs allows you to act as your business, right? And the thing about business is the fact that you want to act as your business name. Whatever your business aim, that's how you want to present it to the public, because what you're doing as a DBA, in my opinion, is you're testing the waters. You're putting your brand out there and seeing how your customers are going to respond. You're going fishing for use of an example, like when you form a DBA, is Miss Muhammad doing business as whatever the business name is. So when you get that, you can put that on the website, you can put that on the business card, you can do that as social media. And then if you're collecting payments, and that's another thing, if somebody is making a payment and they make it to your business name, then you actually can put it in your business account. Because if you're Miss Muhammad doing business as XYZ company and somebody makes a check or money order out to XYZ company, how you going to deposit it? The bank is not going to allow you to deposit that check to XYZ company in your personal account because it don't have your name on it. So having a DBA is just, it's like putting icing on the cake, right? Again, it's not needed. It's just good to have because, again, it allows you to expose your brand to your potential market. It allows you to test things out to see if this is going to be beneficial. Is this going to be fruitful? Because the one good thing about a DBA, unlike LLCs and C corporations, it don't cost a lot of money. And two, if it doesn't pan out, if things don't work, you can just wash your hands, walk away, start again with a new one without having to worry about dissolving the LLC and reconciling and capital gains on the assets of it. It saves so much. That's why I'm a fan of the DBA, right? That's why I'm starting a new DBA, but this DBA is going to be a family brand, right? This is going to be Gregory Media Services. Everybody in the family is going to have a role in this new DBA that I'm starting, the Gregory Media Services. So excited for that. So real quick, we halfway to the show. So let me bring out my surprise for you. So I am going to put something up here. Get this ready. I'm going to play y'all some music while we get ready for the surprise. And then we're going to continue on with these questions. And don't worry about time tonight. If you got time, I got time. I want to make sure I get through all your questions especially with me introducing the surprise. It may push time back a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So yeah, oh man, another one. Uncle Vin in the building. Appreciate you, Unc. You get some DJ noise there and a high five. Let me remove this so people can see the high five for Uncle Vin, who's been here since day one. All right. So again, without delay, let me go ahead and put this up here, play some music, and I'll be back.
You make me smile. Seems like the world completely stops when you're near. When you're near, at least for a while. Girl, my cloudy afternoons are so clear. My cloudy afternoons. See, I had to tell myself I don't want nobody else. 'Cause he sent you for a reason. It's so easy believing the sun will never shine till your presence past the skies. It's this love. I think I'm in love with you. And my pulse is not the same when you're around. And though I try to ignore the signs, I can't. What you do that's got me 10 feet off the ground. I'm so high on love, ain't no
Coming, family, we coming. Hold on, just let you know I'm there.
for me to entertain the thought of someone else under me. To compare to your stare, they gotta be something, baby. 'Cause I know that they don't make them quite like you. No, I had to tell myself I don't want nobody else. 'Cause he sent you for a reason. It's so easy believing that the sun will never shine till your presence parts the skies. Is this love that I'm feeling? I'm in love with you. Come on. Come on. Feels good, right? Girl, I think I'm in love with you. My pulse is not the same when you're around.
I'm about to. All right, family, here we go. I'm about to really surprise y'all with something. So, ready? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Everybody say, surprise!
Chrysler.
Yes. Yeah, what you say? Surprise, 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 man. I am super excited to introduce to my external online family, yes, my external online family, to my actual real family, have joined me today so we can be live in our final 2020 live video. So please let me introduce everybody so everybody can meet and know my real family, the reason why I exist, my purpose, my why, starting with my wonderful, beautiful wife. Yes, my wife. There's a height difference. Everywhere we go, people think this is my daughter, and it's weird, but this is my beautiful wife, Kim. This is the one who, what would you say you do?
Secretary?
No, I'm talking about as far as life goes. Y'all know how y'all wives be, right? Y'all know what y'all do. Give me honeydew
the main
list.
I have everything.
Yeah, yes. She's the main character.
The maid.
No, I'm talking about
babysitter.
for me.
Oh.
Anyway,
The babysitter.
this is
Side character.
my beautiful wife, man. I without her encouragement, her faithfulness, her understanding. Because this ain't the first business I done started, y'all. I done started in multiple businesses. Every time I said I'm starting something new, I get that side eye like, But she's always there. She's always encouraging, always faithful. So it is because of her that I can be here, energetic, and feel good about what I do. Because when I go home, I have nothing to worry about. So to my beautiful wife, man, appreciate you, baby. Next, my brat.
I'm not a brat.
This is my brat.
You get spoiled.
My first child, my oldest child, the reason why I have gray hairs. This is daddy's girl, my daughter, Crystal Michelle. Right, this is her. As y'all can see, this is why I need shotguns. I need a couple of 9mm. I need everything that I have in my arsenal. But super proud, getting straight A's, mastering, doing everything. She's part of the reason why we're starting the Gregory Media Services, because she's doing social media management as an entrepreneur, getting it in. So happy for her, proud, doing everything. So yes, the firstborn child, Crystal Michelle, thank you for being here. She's going to dance for us in the background. Yeah. And of course, y'all already know. Yeah, y'all know who that is, so we good. Then there's the youngest one. Oh, yeah. This one here, Christopher. Some of y'all may have seen Christopher before. We did a video. Yeah, the camera's there. You gotta look there. We've done videos before. He's the youngest at 10 years old. He ain't light no more, so I'm about to put him back down. But yes, and as y'all can see, we're gonna step back, right? Because we all have on our pajamas. We're like matching. Right?
We're not like matching, we are matching.
Well, what can I say, right? Everybody's matching. We got on our matching.
My leg.
Yeah. That's why Christopher got on pajamas, right? So, my family, they are here to help me answer questions. You know, if y'all got questions for them, by all means, please ask and make this happen. So let's kick this off.
IQ. No, I'm just
Wow.
Wow.
It's over 100, this one.
Yeah, you know, this is why that one, he's the trouble starter at home. Yes. You can see that's what him between these here. Let's go. Seeing a lot of people with the love saying appreciate it. Yes, I appreciate all of the love that's being here in the chat. Said, oh boy, I'm excited. Maria said, you digging the song? Well, the song is provided by her brother, who's an R&B recording artist, Mr. Marquise Green. That music comes from him, huh? Oh, see, I get distracted, yeah, when they hear. Yeah, but this is my family, so now we are officially an entire family. My online family has met my real family, and we're good. This is everybody. We have one more. We got like people in the lobby. You might want to come on in here. You want to see? Because we got, guests in town that are also here joining us live. That's never seen the office, so they're here. So let me have my sister-in-law come join us.
That's why she came cute. She knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, close the door for me. So, sister-in-law, JT. Yeah, we can't see your face. Open up, let us see who you are. Right? She's in from college, full-time college student. Super proud of her for doing what she did, for overcoming the seemingly impossible to make it. Didn't really ask for help from nobody. Said, I'm going to do this, and did it. So she's here visiting with us. So, we're going to give her a laser beam. Yeah, y'all can hear the effect, but they can't, right? So, y'all can't, but they can. So, look, man, this is us for the holidays, feeling good. So glad that everybody to be here. So, yeah, y'all can grab some chairs and have a seat while we get back to the Q&A. And if y'all got questions for the college girl, too, ask, she can answer, and we'll go. So, let's see here. Let's get back to some questions. Make sure I ain't miss nothing. Auntie Gail over on Facebook, I see you. Good to see you. Hailey Jane says that we are so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I guess y'all, she meant me. So, yes. All right, here we are. Getting back to the questions. I'm going to do this here because Christian is up here. So let me see if I can do this manually. Maria says, Kim is amazing. Love her beautiful eyes. Crystal, she is gorgeous daddy's girl. Yes. Still haven't met. Would love to meet her soon. And little Christopher, yes. We all going to meet, right? So everybody is here. Christopher is there doing something. Lunch, we could do something as always. Let's see what else here. Congratulations, Unc. I appreciate it. You going back to manage this? Yeah, maybe. I want to make sure I get back to the questions tonight. Yeah, Uncle Vin, appreciate you, man. Yes, this is my beautiful family. I am honestly honored, truly blessed, man. If it wasn't for them, honestly, if I'm just being honest, right? Because before I got married and had kids, I was very sporadic. Didn't care about money. Would blow money. Wouldn't do anything. And then when I was told that I'm going to be a father and it's a girl, I said I have to change my life. I have to change my trajectory. So being a husband, being a father is really the catalyst for who I am today. So I am extremely and internally grateful for my family, for my wife, who puts up with me. Where's she at? Oh, she's being hid by the kids. Yes, for who puts up with me and has been for the past 16 years?
Yes.
Yes.
Coming up.
Huh?
I saw my birthday coming up.
Yes, Crystal's birthday is coming up. Yeah. So anyway, let me get back to the questions. Let me see if I can find them. Christian, you got some questions over there that got queued up, or? Yeah, well, send them to me, please, so we can do this. All right, so how does the process, this is from Joshua, how does the process for filing, paying taxes differ between employers and employee, and how does it change based on the size of it got cut off, Chris? Waiting on Christian. Well, it got cut off. I'm saying it says the size of the code, like the words. You got to read the rest of it to me.
Oh, the type of company and the degree of importance and impact.
Great question, Joshua. Glad you asked her. Is the difference between, so to say, filing and paying taxes? Well, it's filing taxes for employers. They have additional tax forms to fill out. Usually the 940 or 941 that reports how much. Because if you think about it, as an employee, you have withholding. Where does that withholding go? Your employer is in charge of the withholding. It's a trust account because they're entrusted with that money. So what they do is they take money from your withholding, they put it into an account, and then they forward it to the IRS, and that's reported on Form 940, 941. Depends. As an employee, well, we know we just take our W-2 at the end of the year, and we file our personal taxes. And that's really the only difference between as an employee paying taxes as an employer paying taxes. And if you're trying to figure out, does their company pay taxes? The answer is, it depends. If they're a C Corp, then yes, they're going to pay taxes on the profit. If they opted to be taxed as an S Corp, then the owner of that corporation is going to pay tax as a profit. If the person is a sole proprietor, then they're just going to pay tax on everything because this is pretty much a pass-through entity. So it truly all depends. Great question. Glad you answered it. Let's see, we got any more? Phil for President says, do I got to pay taxes if my deductions is more than my income? Who can answer that question? Anybody? Wow.
Yes.
You pay taxes if your deduction is more than your income? Yeah? Don't listen to Christian. If you have more expenses than you do income, you're going to take a loss. Okay? Good question. Glad you answered it because I know a lot of people are scared to take losses. They think it's going to trigger an audit or it's going to put a target on their back or it's going to do something outlandish. But no, if you have a loss that you can legally, substantially sustain, was that like a kind of rare? Take it, right? It's yours. You know, and that's common, right? It's a statistical thing that in the first couple of years of business, you're going to take a loss, right? Because you're spending a lot more on marketing, advertising, getting your equipment ready, getting your product ready to be out there in the world. So it's very expected to take a loss. So if you have more expenses than income, you're going to take a loss. And a loss means that you're negative zero. And if you're negative zero, then there's nothing to pay taxes on. So absolutely no taxes on that one. All right. Send me the next one, son. Let's see here. Joshua got them all going. Said, I'm not completely clear on the 1099 NEIC for a business owner, if you don't hit 600 profit mark, you don't have to file taxes at all, I'm assuming? That's what that said? Huh? You say not true? Oh, Kim got an answer for me. No, you don't have an answer. You just said it's not true?
I mean, that's not true.
Okay. Well, it's a
400?
yes, 400. Yeah. See, no, you got it right. Boom, you good? Gotcha. So let me see if I'm understanding the question. Not completely clear on the 1099 NEC. Well, that's what it is. NEC. That's the new one. We'll start to see that one next year. For 2020, you're still going to receive a 1099 miscellaneous. But beginning in 2021, you're now going to receive a 1099 NEC, which stands for non-employee compensation. Okay? That's why y'all, I don't know if I had Box 7 the brand, like that was going to be my brand, that was going to be my merch, but then they switched it to this new 1099 NEC and just kind of killed everything. So Box 7 the brand is no longer existent, but my wife gave me another idea, so I'm about to roll with that. Okay? And again, it's not profit. I want us to make sure that I get this clear. Profit is different from payment. If as a business owner, you make profit less than $400 and that's your only income, then you're not required to file. However, if as a business owner, you pay someone more than $600 in a year, you are required to issue them a 1099 NEC. All right? Hope answered that question. Christian, hit me with the next one. All right, Miss Smith, Q2. I'm in California. Hey, Cali in the building. If I'm added to the deed and mortgage company on my parents' house in Illinois, will that impact my personal business taxes? Great question. And the answer is it all depends. Okay? It won't have a negative impact. You being added to the deed of your properties, of your parents' property, is really just like an ownership type thing. If it was a rental property, or if there's rental income from their property, and you're now the landlord of that property because they deeded it to you, so you're responsible for collecting the rent and the rent is coming to you as income, then yes, you would have to report that as rental income on a Schedule E, which would possibly increase your taxable income, thereby increasing your tax. However, if it's just the fact that they just added you to the deed because maybe they're making preparation, they want to transfer the property to you in case anything happens, so it can be yours. There is no taxable event at that moment. Now, if they put it into like a trust and they leave it to you in that instance, you would want to get an appraisal on the day that it's converted to you because that's going to become your basis unless you get step-up basis, which is something we'd have to talk about on the outside because that gets rather involved. But understand that if they just added you to the deed, then no, there is not a taxable event unless it's a rental property. All right, let's see. Who else we got? Got it. Says DBA equals privacy in a sense. Yes, absolutely. Because remember, Ms. Muhammad, you're not going to say in the eye of the public, this is, my name is, Miss Muhammad, and here's my product. No, you'll say this is the business name. This is the business product. So one, it does for privacy. Two, it allows you to test things out, build your brand without spending a lot of money. And if for whatever reason it doesn't work out the way you want it to, you can wash your hands of it, walk away without any other consequences. So yes, absolutely. So what's next? Keep them coming. Ooh, let's see. One more question. Don't worry about it, T-Town T-shirts. Keep them coming. Let's see. All the companies that are tax exempt that I work for, do I have to pay their sales tax in the monthly payment? Let's see. That are tax exempt that I did work for. Okay, so you did created T-shirts for some tax exempt companies. do you have to pay sales tax in monthly payment, or since the which one is that, Christian? That one got cut off. Or should I find it in here?
Where did it stop at?
It says, or since the. All right.
No, I found it. Or since they
Oh, they, okay.
didn't pay it, I don't pay it.
So the thing of it, if they didn't pay it, there is an exception in the sales tax laws, right? That says selling to tax exempt or to government agencies, that there is an exemption, but you have to be very detailed in your bookkeeping to say these amount of sales went to this nonprofit. They don't pay sales tax. I'm excluded from collecting it. That has to be very detailed and substantiated in your books. So if they ever come in and be like, okay, well, you recorded you made $1 million in sales, but you only paid sales tax on $100,000. What happened? So you need to be able to show that the difference, that $900,000 was made to this charitable organization or was paid by this charitable organization, and because they're exempt, you didn't collect it. Okay, so that's the way to do that. Make sure that the books are in order, keep everything substantiated, and you're good to go. All right. Hope that answered that question there. We good? Everybody thirsty? All right. You send it, because I get thirsty up here talking. My lips, that's why Natalie, I'm definitely going to have to get some, what they call the lip scrub?
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter knows, Natalie, and I turned her on to your brand. So be expecting some orders soon. Where this come from? Let's see what else. Maria says, I got a question for Kim. Uh-oh. How did you and Tyrone meet? I don't know. We want to ask that, Maria. You want to tell her?
Well,
How we met?
I stalked him for a couple of months when he used to work downtown Long Beach.
You stalked me?
I stalked you.
She say that, but I don't ever remember her. I don't ever remember seeing her until.
That's the whole point of being a stalker.
Oh, well, I guess so. I just remember one day she walked in, because I used to do retail sales for T-Mobile, and she walked in to cuss me out because I gave her friend poor customer service. And before she said a word, I had to stop her in her tracks like, hey. And then she came back, and I was like, this time I got to get your number. And I was like,
stalking you before then, though.
You stalking me before then?
At first, and then when they realized that's not an act.
What? Whatever. So that's how we met, right? It's a very interesting story. One day I'm going to have to share the full story because there was a lot more to it. But she played hard to get up front, right?
I did.
She did play very hard to get, but I wasn't giving up. Yeah, you made me work all right. But yes, but here we are 16 years later. Wouldn't do it, wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. Would not do it, wouldn't do it over. I'm good, I'm happy. So yes, good to go. I would kiss you, but I don't want no lipstick on my lips. Yeah. All right. Question about DBAs. Can I just go by whatever the DBA name is as long as my actions are business related? So like if I registered the DBA, read that one out, Christian. Christian is slow, never mind. So if I registered the DBA name as like Ultra Zeus.
Business is related. Oh, you read that
Yeah, like you slow. So if I register the DBA name Ultra Zeus, like, I don't know, could I legitimately go by that name? For business, yes. For your personal name, Joshua Robinson, you cannot change. Well, I said you can. You can change your legal name to Ultra Zeus through the courts, if that's what you want it to be. But for business purposes, the DBA would allow you to present yourself to the public as Ultra Zeus. So absolutely. Absolutely. What else we got? Let's see. Another from Josh says, let's say I get a grant to help finance my interventions or my inventions. Do I pay tax on that? How does that tax payment differ depending on amount? And let's see, it got cut off.
On that and the source.
Depending on the amount on that and the source. Well, a grant is free money. So there's nothing to pay tax on. However, keep in mind what's happening right now at this very moment with the PPP. If you get forgiveness on the PPP, that's considered free money. And the IRS has clearly stated any purchases made with free money cannot be written off on the taxes. So be mindful. If you get a grant, that is free money. You're not going to pay tax on it as income. But any purchases made with that free money cannot be used as a business deduction. Therefore, the reason that's important to know, because the less you write off, the higher your taxable income is, which means the higher your taxable income. So that's something you have to plan for. And also be mindful that grants are normally reserved for 501c3s and nonprofits. So if you know that there's a grant out there that's going to help small businesses, period, like the EIDL that the SBA issued, share it in the comments, let everybody else know about that. All right, let's see, move that one. Let's see what else we got, Chris. Okay, Josh again says the second part to my question to the 999 miscellaneous for 2020 and the NEC starting in 21 was what other tax payments need to be made. I can't see that part. It gets cut off. I don't know why. Well, it only allows so many characters. What other tax payment need to be made and on what other forms? So I guess you're asking is if you make a payment as a business owner, if you make a payment out, is there other forms you have to report it on? No. Well, let me stop lying. If you make a payment as a business owner of $10 or more of interest to somebody, meaning that you paid interest to them, then you have to issue them a 1099 INT. If as a C Corp, you pay somebody a dividend of $10 or more, then you're going to have to issue them a 1099 DIV. So depending on the type of payment, if it's an interest payment of $10 or more, it gets reported on a 1099 INT. If it's a dividend payment of $10 or more, it gets reported on a 1099 DIV. If you make a royalty payment I think the royalty payment again has to be more than $400, more than $600, then that gets reported on 1099 miscellaneous with the income in box 3 as a royalty. And anything else we're missing? No, okay. I think that's it. Yeah, for as far as I can, off the top of my head, that's what I can remember. Those are the ones that if you make those payments to people, then that's what you're responsible for. All right. What else we got? Miss Natalie says, so how do you know if you have to turn your business to an LLC or is it okay just to stay as a DBA? Great question. And that's like the $1 million question to be asked, honestly. So to Natalie, little shout out there, right? Okay. It's all about timing, finance, and I'm going to go rant on Instagram about this just probably sometime next week. So if you're not following me on IG, make sure that you are, because I'm going to go rant on there. But when you think about what does an LLC do for your business as far as your business operations go? Having an LLC is just like having a gym membership. Yeah, you got it, but having the membership does nothing for you. It's the work you put in that does the transformation. So when you think about that in DBAs, the purpose of an LLC comes into play once you reach a certain profit level, okay? And I'm going to base this number for us here in California. This number may be different for people in different states and different areas because of economic influences, the cost of living, the rate of inflation. All of those things may be different in other states. But for us here in California, I normally say that once you start to profit, meaning that not the gross income, but the actual net profit, meaning you take your gross income minus your expenses, that number that's left, when that number becomes more than 60,000, then is a good time to start looking at and considering an LLC. But don't just get an LLC. Get the LLC and have it be taxed as an S Corp. And the reason we do that is because it can help save on self-employment tax. And not only can it help save on self-employment tax, it can also help change the color of money. Meaning, one of the things you want to do when you get the LLC S Corp combination is draft what's called an accountable plan. So that cell phone that you use for business, and you use it for business because you're posting on social media, you're taking business calls, you're doing all kind of other things, you're doing research web, so it has a business use. But what you can do with the accountable plan, LLC S Corp setup, is you can put in, what do we used to do when we was in corporate, when we had to write and get reimbursed?
Reimbursements?
Yeah, I'm talking about an expense account. So you would submit an expense to your company that is owned by you. You would submit that expense in the amount for the cell phone bill, not 100%, because it's personal. We got to be real. We got to keep it real. So let's say you do 80%. I'm going to submit a monthly expense for 80% of my cell phone bill. Well, what happens with that, the company can write you a check for that amount. The company writes it off, and you don't have to claim it as income. So it's a win-win, right? So there's a lot of things you can do with the LLC S Corp setup if done properly, but that only makes sense at a certain profit level, and here's why. Because let's say you do the LLC S Corp setup. Now you're required to have bookkeeping because there's a balance sheet that needs to be reported on the S Corp return. So now you also need to have payroll. Why? Because as an S Corp, you have to pay yourself a wage. Okay? Now, if you're not doing it yourself, you're hiring somebody to do that for you. So now there's an additional cost associated with that setup. And if the cost is more than the savings in taxes, then it's not beneficial. But you know, your favorite Uncle Cousin always say, run those numbers. If the cost is way less than the savings, then by all means, it makes sense to do that. So that is the LLC S Corp setup. And again, start as a DBA because you don't want all those fees and administrative things up front, those costs. Thank you. That's why I say start as a DBA. Then as you see the business grows, as you see the profit starts to go up, then run the numbers first. Make sure that it makes financial sense to switch to an LLC. And if it does, by all means, do it. All right. What else we got? Ooh, we getting some good ones now. I thought y'all want something about water good? No, my God. Oh, man. Amina says, what's with the saying, get an LLC and turn your life into a tax write-off? That is a good one. Let me see, but that got cut off. Turn your life into a tax write-off. But I think that was it, right? Yeah, okay. Miss Muhammad, honestly speaking, that's a marketing tactic. LLC is a buzzword. LLC is a popular term because people are charging money to form you the LLC. They are charging money to teach you about the LLC. So that's why they say get an LLC, you can do more. But let's just be honest. Can you? Because as a single member LLC, you're treated the same exact as a sole proprietor, which means that whatever you can write off as a sole proprietor, you can write off as an LLC, or should I say that backwards? Whatever you write off as an LLC, you can write off as a sole proprietor. The only difference is what I just mentioned about if you convert it to the S Corp. But remember, you have to get to a certain profit level in order for that to make financial sense. Doing it out the gate, you're going to end up losing money, or should I say spending more money than you necessarily need to, which is why if you look at the statistics, that's one of the main reasons businesses fail within the first 2 years, because they have too much money going out, not enough money coming in. So the reason we hear LLC so often is because it makes people feel like they're legitimate. It makes people feel like it's going to somehow, some way boost their business. And people are using it as a fear tactic, right? Because they say if you don't have an LLC, you're going to get sued. And that's, if you really look into the legislative and you read the state statutes about LLCs, you can be sued even if you have an LLC. You can Google court cases where the LLC's lost, or you can look up court cases where people with LLCs have still been held personally liable. So can you be sued? Yes. Can an LLC protect you? Maybe. But do you want to risk closing your business on that entire fact? That's the whole thing. So if you're hearing an LLC, have that person running numbers. Now, if they say, and here's the thing, for the next person that tells you to get an LLC, ask them, are they going to handle the administration of it for free? If they say yes, get it. And and make sure, say, how long are you going to handle that administration? You got to be mindful with your communication, because if you just say, are you going to handle the administration for free? They say, yeah, you signed the contract, and they said, I only do it for a day. Right. Make sure you say, are you going to handle the administration of my LLC for the duration of my business for free? If they say yes, by all means, have them do it, because you good to go. If not, tell them to run you the numbers. If they don't run you the numbers, tell them to run away. All right. What's next? That's it? Ooh. Oh, no. Okay. Let's see.
6 more.
Joshua said that I was going to discontinue giving free information starting in 2021. Outside of monetizing my videos on YouTube.
How are you going to further capitalize on the services you provide?
Great question. Now, I guess let me be clear on that, because I'm still going to produce videos on YouTube, right? I guess that's that free information. I still want to be able to provide you with as much information as possible. I'm just going to scale back personally on being as open as free with my time freely. So if somebody say, I answer as many comments and questions as I can, right? Like everybody, like Spider-Man says, everybody get one, okay? But when it starts to become more than that, or it's like follow-up questions and this and that and the other, then I'm hunkering down on saying, okay, at that point we need to book a session. Because if you're commenting on the video, in all honesty, every time I make a video, I give as much information as I think is needed for that particular topic. Okay, so when people ask comments, I answer them for free that one time, because I realize that there may be something that they may not have understood. So I want to make sure that I clarify what was in the video. But if it triggered something in their mind and they need to know all of these other things, then it's going to be more of booking a session. Another way that I plan on really, monetizing and helping you guys monetize is by doing the course. The Self-Employed Business Academy, that's what's coming up next, which hopefully will be here right around Christmas or the beginning of the new year, getting that guys to you. Subscription-based community where we really can get in and have mastermind sessions. Those who join the community will have access to other training courses that's maybe not made public, that's only in there. So I have a plan, but it's going to be a transparency plan, meaning that whatever I'm doing you can repeat the process and do the absolute same. So my goal in 2021, which is why I'm no longer going to be as free as I used to be, is anybody that interacts with me on a paid level, my goal is to get you to your first sale, to your first 2,500. I've set that as a personal goal. If you pay something and you interact with me, I have to get you to your first $2,500. That's my goal for anybody. So that's going to be the trade-off. You pay me, I'm going to help get you paid. That's the goal. So that's how I plan to monetize in 2021. All right, let's see. Let me move this and put another one out. All right. Y'all good in here?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. Anybody want to answer some questions? Crystal? No?
Question.
What question?
Any answers?
Christian, you got one? Y'all see how slow Christian going.
Man, I'm trying to read the comments.
Trying to read? Okay. Mr. Robinson, good to see you, sir, says, I got an LLC before I knew better. That's okay. Education-based, no real revenue last 2 years, worth changing to nonprofit. We all got LLCs before we knew better. I'm transparent. I have an LLC, okay? I got it because nobody told me what to do with it. And that's why I made the video like, man, after 5 years of having this LLC, nothing's changed. Nothing's been done. You don't need one. So let me explain why. But again, in the spirit of truth, I have an LLC. It don't do nothing for me. That's why this new business venture is being formed as a DBA. So my thing is, if you can afford the upkeep of the LLC, keep it. And here's why. Eventually, you're going to start to make profits, right? You say the first 2 years, understandably, the first 5 years of mine, nothing happened. But eventually, you're going to start making profit. But keeping the LLC gives it history, or they say it creates a seasoned LLC. So at the point where you start making profits and you start to need to develop things like business credit, then having an already established LLC can be a better scenario for you. But again, that's if you can continue to afford the upkeep of it. If not, then it may be something to consider by dissolving it and going back at it once you get to that actual profit level. Now, as far as the nonprofit side, unfortunately, LLCs themselves cannot be nonprofit, which is interesting. And there's a very fine line to it because most state statutes of an LLC that it can be formed for any purpose it needs to be. And that includes, it can be formed for charitable purposes, right? But it itself cannot be an actual nonprofit. In order to be an actual nonprofit, meaning that you get that 501c3 status and you'll be able to collect money and not pay tax on it, you actually have to be a C corporation in order for that to happen. Now, once you establish the C corporation, get approval from the IRS to be a nonprofit by filling out the application to 1024. Once you get approval for that, then your C Corp can own the LLC, thereby making that LLC and what it does charitable because it's just going to flow through to the C Corp. You can do it that way, but having the base business being LLC cannot be done as a nonprofit. Need a C Corp for that. I'm sorry. Man, yeah, so hopefully I answered that question for you. Any more? No? All right. I'm asking Kristen slow. Let's see. Are you going to do a YouTube premium series or are you going to discontinue making videos? No, I do believe I answered the question. YouTube will still be here. And even though this is the last live of 2020, I still plan to go live in 2021. Maybe not as often. It won't be every single Friday, especially since tax time is coming around. Not sure that I'll have time to be doing a live every single Friday. But I will be, coming live. We got to check in, maybe even once a month. We'll pick a day and we'll just come in and get caught up to what's going on, what's happening, and go from there. But I will still be here. Your favorite Uncle Cousin is not going nowhere. We are now connected. I've introduced you, my external family, to my real family. So, the relationship is forged and still, I'm still going to be here. Okay? Let's see, what else? I thought I saw some questions. You got it, Christian, or what? Yeah? Says, I thought so. Miss Muhammad says, I thought so. I'm seeing that phrase everywhere since I'm researching it. Yes, you are going to see the phrase LLC. You're going to see the phrase don't be sued. You're going to see the phrase write off more every time you do research. Why? Because people want your money. I guarantee anytime you get into that, there's going to be a fee associated with that. Okay? Would I consider a marketable prototype as an asset that would need to be protected by an LLC, or would it be best to just operate it? A marketable prototype. So here's the thing. LLCs do not protect your intellectual property. Let me just state that. If you have a marketable asset, the thing you want to do is patent it. You don't want to get an LLC. An LLC is not going to protect that particular asset. You can have that asset inside of the LLC and have it be owned by the LLC, but you want to own the patent, the copyright, or the trademark. That's what you want to own to protect your intellectual property, okay? And if you say if it's marketable, if you're having those conversations with people, make sure to get a non-disclosure agreement before you talk to anybody, have them sign it, and that way you are protected that way, okay? Joshua got a lot of questions. Do I work with people nationwide or just within the state of California? I work with people in the U.S., and I want to make sure I clarify that because I get a lot of people from other countries that ask me questions, and I don't deal with foreign relations, okay? I have other people that do that so I can point them in the right direction, but for the most part, I only deal with people in the United States, across all 50. All right, Christian, keep it coming. Maria, thank you, says, I loved the Self-Employed Tax Academy, learned so much from it, and honestly was worth it for my business, and it's my tax. Yes, the Self-Employed Tax Academy. So I got this 1, 2, 3 courses that'll be coming out to you in 2021. The Self-Employed Business Academy, the Self-Employed Tax Academy, and then I'm putting on a master class for individuals who actually find it financially feasible to actually form an LLC. Because if you're going to form it, in order for it to do what is it intended to do, there's a lot of steps that need to be done. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But that's only going to be for individuals who can prove to me that an LLC is necessary. So thank you for Maria for chiming in, giving that testimony. And yeah. All right, Christian, keep it coming. Let's see. Miss Taylor. Thought you said you weren't going to ask no question, but here you are. Just couldn't resist it, huh? Here we are. Is it true that you can wait to elect an S Corp until you see what you're going to make? I know it would make your LLC a disregarded entity. And then it got cut off, Chris. What else did it say? Disregarded entity, but will it be a problem later on down the line? So, you can do what's called an late election S Corp, but you only have a grace period within like 3 years. So if you form an LLC, say in 2017, by the time if you try to make that S election in 2020, it may not happen. It may not happen. The IRS likes for if you decide to make an S election, they prefer that you make it immediately within 90 days of filing for your business. However, if you have the right verbiage, if you have, or if your application lands on the right person's desk, okay, then it is possible for them to still allow the S election and date it back 3 years for that. So I'm just saying it's possible. It just all depends, like I said, who that's the application lands on and if the right verbiage is on the application, okay? So I think there's another one. Due to financial constraints, how far could a person realistically take a company without officially establishing the entity as a company? Realistically, you can take, as a DBA, I'm assuming, right, like without having the money to form all these special entities, you take the company as far as you want to go. You know, there are millionaires, there are sole proprietors, which they technically shouldn't be, because at $1 million, you need some different strategies to help reduce self-employment tax. But you can take a company as far as you need to, as long as you do what's needed. Absolutely. What else? We coming up on 7:20. I'm about to end this in a minute. My guests are getting tired. Okay, Tony Smith says, what are the tax business factors to analyze when considering a partnership? Oh, partnerships. One of the things to factor is it's a partnership. You have to answer, well, you can't make a decision on your own, including tax strategies, including business strategies. You always have to consult with your partner. As far as just a regular general partnership, is treated as two separate sole proprietors. So it's really not that much. I mean, there are certain laws that come into when you have a partnership, like amending a partnership. You have to elect certain ways to amend a partnership. There's a lot of other little minuscule rules, but for the majority part, partnerships are just two sole proprietors coming together, so they're treated as such, meaning that the partnership itself, because it's a pass-through entity, but the partnership itself has to file its own tax return using Form 1065, and what's left over from there gets split however the partnership decides, whether it's 70-30, 50-50, 80-20, then that information gets reported on the K-1, then that goes to the individuals, and they report that on their tax return. So from a tax business perspective, again, consider the fact that you do have to make decisions with somebody else. You can't make it on your own. It is going to be an increase in pricing because you have a separate tax return for the business. Then the K-1 that comes from the business goes to your personal tax return. But because in order to report that K-1, it has to be reported somewhere additional form, which makes your personal return go up. So do keep that in mind, that there is a cost increase with having a partnership. And understand that, you know, when you have a partnership, don't be light about the discussions you have. In your partnership agreement, you want to lay out, how are we going to handle disputes? Who are we going to go to for to pay the tax prep? Like, that was one of the things I experienced last year. Somebody came to me as an individual, and I realized, oh, you have a partnership. Do you have permission to do your taxes with me from the other 4 partners? And they're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about this. Hey, yeah, before I prepare your tax return, I need permission from the other 4 partners for that to make happen. So you have to discuss that. What happens if the other partner gets married, gets pregnant, unfortunately loses their life, loses a limb, and they can't operate? How is that going to be resolved? Have those difficult questions when you're entering into a partnership. Don't be light about it, because it's business, all right? Up front, yes. All right, maybe a couple of more questions, and because my voice is drying out. Miss Gaston says, what is self-employment insurance? Not quite sure of the exact phrase self-employment insurance, but you can insure your business as a sole proprietor. And there's multiple types of insurance for sole proprietors. You can get general liability insurance. You can get professional liability insurance. You can get errors and omissions insurance. It really depends on the product that you're selling and the type of customer base that you have that's going to determine the type of insurance that you need. I personally use Hiscox. They're good. So, you know, you don't have to use Hiscox, obviously, but whenever you're searching for business insurance, talk to the broker. Be honest. You have to be honest. You have to tell them exactly what it is you're selling, to who you're selling it to. That way they can get you the proper amount of coverage. Because if you tell them I'm selling T-shirts to kids and you're actually selling something different, when the insurance claim comes to be, you may not have the proper coverage and you'll be screwed, right? So don't do that to yourself. Okay? So that's that one. Joshua says, optimistically speaking, if a company grows to a point of considering becoming a corporation or incorporation, how do you avoid having to what? Or how do you avoid having your company offer assets such as stocks? How do you stay private? Well, I mean, it's just that. You stay private. If you become a C corporation, you don't have to sell stocks. You can own 100% of the stocks. You can keep it a privately owned company or privately held company. There's plenty of major companies that we see. Take, for example, In-N-Out here in California. That burger brand is privately held. They don't have stock out there in the stock market that you can buy. It's a privately held corporation. So just keep it private and you'll be good to go. Was that the last one? Yeah, I think, yeah, that was the last one. Okay. I think that was the last one. Yeah. Whoo, man. All right. So thank you guys for being here, my family. Y'all gonna come up so we can say our finals goodbyes here. Let me make sure Christian didn't miss nothing over on Facebook. All right.
Goodbye.
Man,
My friend.
I made the merch.
you made the what?
Come on.
I made
I'm going through because sometimes Christian leave comments out, so I'm going through making sure.
It says pretty girls.
Ooh, we got a lot. So let's see here. I hear you. Yeah, the really cool rappers right now.
disrespectful.
Okay.
I'm not.
I like this question. Christian didn't send it out. I'm going to put it on there. Can you use a P.O. box with a DBA? I'm going to say no, because DBAs require, they want to know where the address is physically located, which is the thing about DBAs. Even though it does allow you to present another name in the public, the owner, the registrant, is still be made public because you have to publicize it in the newspaper for a couple of weeks. So during that time, you'll be exposed. My recommendation, don't use a P.O. box, okay? Use a virtual address. Go to places like Regis, WeWork, where they have virtual addresses that you can rent or pay monthly subscription for. That right there is way better than the P.O. box, way better than your home address, because they treat that as if you physically have a retail location there, even though you're not physically there. So look into that, and you'll be good to know. Okay? Good to go. Thank you for the correction. Okay. All right. So, man, yes, everybody saying thank you. Y'all can see the comments. Y'all see the comments there that's coming up.
I put that question up there.
Let's see here.
Hey, look.
Got everything. Again, just checking the comments, right, while we all gather. Who's here? Somebody, that's who on this arm? Okay, the camera got me twisted. Christopher. All right, let's see here. Appreciate everybody and all the love and all the thank yous. So good. Glad that you are here. Look, 2021 is going to be a lot better year than 2020. But that's if we decide to make it that way. If we just go with the flow, if we just let the ups and downs, you know, the ebbs and the flows push us, then we won't move like we want to. We have to be strong in what we do in our business. We have to stand strong, stand tall, and, you know, be steadfast and unmovable. Make sure that you do that. 2021, looking to see everybody there, looking to help everybody get to their first 2,500. If you haven't already made that, if you have, then let's double it, okay? Let's figure out everything we need to do to get there. So, any last comments from anybody? Let's go. Crystal, since you here, say something.
Nothing to say.
Yeah, say something.
I don't got nothing to say.
Say something. Oh!
Arise and shine.
Okay. Move.
You said say something.
Christopher, you gonna say something?
I got my organs.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You know, so at least tell the people happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Tell them you love them.
Merry Chrysler.
You never say I love you?
Hello.
That is not love you, but okay.
See
My
God.
turn. Wow.
Oh, you wanted me to pick you up?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought it was saying my turn to talk. No.
Now you gotta pick me up.
Not at all. Not at all. You can stand right there.
You gonna pick
Do
me
a
up.
handstand.
You're almost as tall as him.
See, look at this.
I'm tall. Get big.
Happy holidays, family.
Get big. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Put me down.
now. Hope you enjoyed the longest stream ever. And
We went out with a bang. Absolutely.
hour and 30 minutes. And love y'all, family.
Thank you guys for having us here.
But you got to step in front.
Made me see you.
We can see each
They
other.
still won't see her. Now I'm just.
Ha ha ha.
Kiki.
Thank you guys for having us here. Enjoy your New Year's, the holidays. Looking forward to seeing you guys next year.
2021, yes.
All right. Last but not least. All right.
Can we see your face, though? Can we see your face, though? That's all I ask.
No, we got that chink.
Yeah. Can we see your face, though?
All right, guys. So bigger and better things in 2021, and hope to see you guys and have a good holiday.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Didn't you already go?
I'm in the stream, y'all.
Move. Can you
I'm
move?
Tyrone. Now I'm glad.
Where the glasses?
Yeah, where's the bill payment? Yeah, that's what that is, man. Yeah. Making sure. So, that's it, guys. Yeah, we good, man. It's bittersweet to say that this is the last stream of 2020. Again, you know, Uncle Vin, for all of you who has been here since March, since day one, so much appreciated. Don't forget to send me your email so I can send you a love token. Cause that's amazing. Miss Gimme Cornbread, Natalie also who's been here. You know, we definitely gonna support the business because this one here has explained to me what lip scrubs are, and I have no idea. But I guess I gotta get some
Does she have face mask?
face masks. I don't know. Natalie, do you have face masks? She is creating a new line of product.
We gotta do some face mask.
Well, she's looking for that. Yeah. So, yeah, I know she's doing a new line of products. So, yeah. As a matter of fact, me and Natalie will be having a conversation soon. Well, if you're going to stand on the chair, son, you got to come in and we still can see you that way. So, yeah. So, outside of that, my good people, I don't know what else to say.
We love you.
Yeah, we love you, man. And for a very special treat, I'm going to end on something special that's going to get me in trouble with YouTube. So if this video disappears, shoot me an email and I'll send you a copy. Outside of that, y'all have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. And if you don't, still enjoy this time.
Friends and family.
Kwanzaa, friends and family. What is it, Kwanzaa you say? Yeah, you know, he learned all about that. The Kwanzaa, the Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate this year. Just enjoy your time here on earth. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the energy that's being here. And we'll go from there. So until then, we'll see y'all next year.
Hang on, mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside's blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas